Welcome to the Kerkennah Islands. Hello everybody, it's just gone 6 AM and I am driving out of Sfax to the port and we're getting on the ferry to go to Kerkennah. It's like a 20-kilometer crossing, I think, so it's only going to take about an hour. Let's go and see how smooth this process is. Right, rather confusingly, we had 4 queues. So there is a queue for vehicles that don't have a reservation. There's a queue for trucks that don't have a reservation. Obviously we made a reservation, so we are now in the queue for vehicles that have a reservation, and we are front of the queue. There's no one else here, so obviously I've shown up a bit early for this. Well, that was somewhat chaotic, but it's now about 7:20 and we have driven onto the ferry. It turns out that you need a ticket. The ticket just covers the car, so my ticket was 9.7 for the car, but you also need a ticket for yourself, so that's 1 extra dinar. Welcome to the ferry. We're in Sfax and we are off to the Kerkennah Islands. See that guy down there doing a very important export of palm fronds to a desert island. Excellent. Right, there's our first views of Kerkennah behind me. I don't think any of the island is above about 15 meters above sea level, so it's quite hard to spot, but about an hour after leaving we've got there. I'd best go and jump in the car now, because can't imagine it's going to take long before they're offloading, and we're quite near the front. We've arrived and they're pushing their truck off the ferry. That's probably going to slow things down a little bit. Here we are crossing over the causeway, so we're heading on to Chergui Island. These have been connected for thousands of years though, so essentially it's just one big island. There is Casa Mia. I have walked down this small jetty. And here's the waterfront. Total silence, crystal clear, and there's a crab. There we go. Let's go and explore my room here at Casa Mia. So I'm in îles, which is one of the regular rooms. Nice big space here. We have sea views out of our window. In fact, we have sea views in 2 directions, so out that way and then also out here towards the main restaurant area of the hotel. AC, TV, got a desk there for work. Going to the bathroom here. We've got the shower. Window out into the garden. And if we wander through, we've got this very large walk-in closet thing and a massive fridge. Okay. And I like the owls. You can see all of the rooms along here, they're all the same setup, but let's go and have a look around the large suite at the back here. So in here we have 2 double bedrooms. Here's the shower area, but more significantly, we've got the whole living room kitchen area. So we got the hob there, we got the fridge. So you've got everything you need really to be, yep, various bits and bobs in there. So for a longer stay, you cook up your own seafood in here. Beautiful. And then you got exactly the same mirrored over on this side. Another double with its own bathroom. And look at that view as we come out of that. I was offered a coffee. Of course I said yes, because I need a bit of caffeine before running all over the island. Look what's appeared. All sorts of cakes and dates. It's a good start to the day. Just demolished that, and now fresh orange juice with some grapefruit in it, all the way from Cap Bon. Good start. We are now on Bilez beach, right up in the northwest of the island. I think this place is usually a restaurant, but it's off season, so it's empty. And here is the beach itself. And all I can hear is the seagulls. Right, we've hunted down the house of Habib Bourguiba. So this is where he spent some time in exile. So a fair amount of graffiti. So I think his boat was here. In fact, I can see the area where the boat was on display. Pretty basic house here. Okay. So the boat was here, but apparently some ne'er-do-wells set it on fire in 2015. So this is a real piece of Tunisian history that we've lost here. I was hoping to see his boat here, but nope, it's been gone for a good 5 or 6 years, sadly. So apparently it was an example of a lood. It's a type of boat. It's specific to this area. Real good example of local craftsmanship. But yeah, you can see it's gone. Which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, beautiful views. And yeah, there used to be a museum here in town as well, but I think that's gone as well. So for history buffs, you just have to come and look at the house and the gap where the boat used to be. We are now at the tip of the island, so this is Chergui Island, right at the top. Just over there is Gremdi. So I think that's kind of northeast-ish. And really it's only about 200 meters offshore. So I'm sure you could persuade someone, one of the fishermen, to take you over there. And that actually is bigger than it looks, so it stretches kind of lengthways away from us. So at the moment we can just see one tip. You see all the trees and the seagulls floating around there. This part of the island's quite popular to come and eat. So behind me there we've got Restaurant Le Pêcheur, which is one of the most popular restaurants on the island. I may actually come back here for dinner. It's lunchtime at the moment, but I've got stuff to do. Right, let us continue our explorations. The joys of Google Maps. There looks like there's a ring road all around the island when you're looking at the Google Maps, but then when you look at the satellite view, when you actually drive it, you realize it's this. Just like dirt track all the way around near the beach. Right, here's a fun sneak preview of Dar Bounouma. This place is awesome and right on the water, so just got to wander through the garden and you can head out to the boats that they have and go on some day trips. But yeah, so many hidden gems here in Kerkennah. We're now going to have a go at driving across the Pont De Berdouna. As you can see, probably a good idea to check there's no one coming the other way before you go, because there's no way you'd be able to turn around. So let's go quickly so that we're the only ones on the bridge. I really hope it heads all the way over. I do not want to reverse back down here. Looks like we made it, although I've got no idea what we've made it to. Oh, another dirt track on the other side. Oh, no dirt track. Complete dead end. Looks like we're going back. Le Musée du Patrimoine Insulaire. Go and check it out. Doesn't look very open, but you never know. And here is one of the traditional boats. I think this is now the last one left on the island after vandals burned the one that was on display at Habib Bourguiba's former residence. So there's the museum. Really can't see anybody around. Let's go and make some noise, see if we can get a groundskeeper or someone to let us in. Hello! I managed to guess right first time, so I called the 176 number and managed to get hold of someone and explained what I'm doing here, but unfortunately they said they've closed for the week and aren't going to open. Bit frustrating, but never mind. This is how things work sometimes. Our first camels, just two of them hanging out, as you do. Welcome to Plage Sidi Funchal. This is a western peninsula on the island, and it's actually a sandy beach. Low tide at the moment, but I guess the water comes up to about here where it's dumped the seaweed. Yeah, this is beautiful and completely empty. What a great spot for a barbecue. There's the beast. Welcome to Kerkennah. Welcome to Borj el Hsar. Let's go and check it out. Now, this is the former capital of the island, dating all the way back to Phoenician times. So let's have a look. We should be able to see the archaeological site from here. There it is. So that's one of the few Phoenician set of ruins that you can see here in Tunisia. And then obviously it's been built on by subsequent civilizations while they were here. As always, I've got it completely to myself. I'm amazed that the island doesn't make a bigger deal of this, because this is quite special. There's a lot of stuff down there, and it's very, very rare to see Phoenician ruins. Usually they've been destroyed, or the site's been abandoned, or it's been built over. Let's go down there and have a wander around. Wow. Oh wow, we've even got preserved mosaic there. Look at this. Wow. Beautiful. What's that? Water storage. More water storage. Yeah. So this is all, or some of it, is 2,700 years old. Wow. I can't believe that this is just open to the elements. They really need to cover this up. Amazing. And it's all over here as well. Look how well preserved that is. Yeah, I think this really needs to be either undercover or in a museum. You can already see got some damage there from it being exposed. Looks like I'm not getting in this place to look around. Where's your owner? Yeah, alright. Okay, calm down. I need to come in. Looks like I won't be getting my pied dans l'eau today. I'm not getting chased by those two. Good morning. It's a beautiful sunny day and we are heading for breakfast now on day 2 on the Kerkennah Islands. So let's see what delicious foods we have on offer here at Casa Mia for breakfast. Such a sunny day. Guess breakfast is in here. Ooh. What a setup. And then here's the view. Car's still there, always good. I can smell the coffee brewing, but let's have a look at what's on the table already. So we've got fresh fruit, yogurt, dried fruits, various pastries, sweet and savoury. I've got cake over there. Different preserves and things. Sugar, dried biscuity things. Right, more goodies have just arrived. We've got some actual Parma ham there, and various white cheeses, and then we've got a freshly cooked omelette. And I think a freshly squeezed orange juice is about to appear. This just gets better and better. We're now near Mellita, which is actually quite close to the port where you arrive when you come to Kerkennah. There's really not much going on the southern part of the island, but there is this tower. Now, I can't find out much about this online. It's variously marked as El Borj, it's marked as the Ottoman fort, it's marked as the Borj of Sidi Yusuf. But yeah, it's quite impressive. Let's see if we can get inside. Is this like some kind of puzzle? There's no entrance. This is an extremely secure fort. What? There's like no door anywhere to be seen. Did you crawl up there and get in? Have they bricked up the door to stop people going in there? Oh, I guess that's the entrance. Now, am I gonna clamber up to get in there on this rusty thing? Probably not, is the answer. So I've just had a go at getting in. Even stood on here, it's not high enough. So I guess what you actually need to do is stack up 2 of these things and then go. But yeah, I don't really fancy breaking my leg on my last day on the island, so yeah. I was wondering why it smelled so bad around here, and then I realised. I'm reminded a little bit of Jeff Goldblum's scene in Jurassic Park. That really is a big pile. Okay, well, if you come here, bring a ladder or some climbing gear, maybe you can get inside the Borj. Here we've got a whole coastline of the traditional fishing traps. So you see how they corral the fish in, depending on which way the water's flowing, corral them in and push them into an area where they can then be collected. And, ooh, there's some kind of heron or something. And I guess these are crab or lobster pots over here that have been exposed at low tide. I'm sure we could have learned all about this if the museum had been open. I've just been speaking to someone from the island and asking what those structures out there are. The ones that look a lot like oil rigs. And it turns out they are actually oil rigs. So they have various fields out in the shallows over there. I had no idea. I didn't know they had offshore oil here in Tunisia. But there you go. This is my final evening here on the Kerkennah Islands, and I'm very, very sad to be leaving. It's absolutely beautiful. As you can see, you've got the sunset here. At 6 AM tomorrow, I am jumping on the ferry and heading back to Sfax to continue my travels. Yeah, I've got to come back here during the summer though, and on holiday this time, not just exploring for the guidebook. I'm not sure what I was expecting to find, but it's pretty unique. It's nothing like Djerba. So you don't have any of the large-scale tourism developments that you have in Djerba. It's really, really relaxed, laid back. It's really not kind of a big travel destination, especially for international travelers, which is a good thing and a bad thing, I suppose. It's good because it's unspoilt and it's quiet, and the environment hasn't been damaged in the same way it has been in other places that have been filled with tourists here in Tunisia. But bad, I suppose, because more people need to come and see this. Look at this place. Look at this water. Crystal clear. We've got fish down there. Crabs.